Old-Time Knits. This is episode 48. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. This is my channel where I talk all about all my love for fiber, mostly knitting, some crochet, some spinning, and sometimes some yarny acquisitions. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Okay. I am so happy to be back again. I made it. Busy life. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Get Gifting Make-Along that I have going on. It is continuing. I do have some pattern ideas in this episode again. Last episode, I somehow managed to skip that whole thing. And anyway, I have several pattern ideas at the end. And I also have a bundle over on Ravelry that houses everything that I talk about for the Get Gifting Make-Along. Year-long Make-Along, we're winding it down. We're only 3 months left here in the year. Hopefully by now you've got a good stack of gifts that you've been knitting the whole year long. Over in the Ravelry group, there are so many wonderful finished objects and you guys are killing it. So yeah, just wanted to mention that that is still going on. No prizes or anything, just for the fun of it. And we've really enjoyed interacting over there on Ravelry. I've been a little absent as of late, but I do go and look at all of the things. I can't always respond, but yes, it's awesome over there. And you can post your finished objects over there and chit chatter about them. And you can also post them on Instagram, and I will put the hashtag here. It's GetGiftingMal2025 over on Instagram. Okay, I have some notes in front of me as usual. So let me see. Oh, and also I wanted to shout out that it has been 3 years on YouTube for me. 3 years. It just does not even seem possible. Seems like maybe a year, if that. And so I'm so happy to still be doing this and have met so many wonderful people and interacted and become a part of a community that is just so awesome. And I see you guys comment time and time again on every episode, and I truly do appreciate that. And it's just so much fun to hear from you. So yeah, celebrating 3 years. That's crazy. All right, that's enough of that. Did I say I have notes? I probably didn't. I probably did say that, but I'm just going to repeat myself. All right, let's start with finished objects and what I am wearing. I have a video to show this to you, but this is the Autumn League. I'm unable to stand up. I'm kind of crunched in here, but I do have video footage of it, and I will share that as I talk about it. So this is the Autumn League by Alexandra Tavel. She is 2 of Wands. It is a top-down raglan with a beautiful little cross design detail right at the neckline. Just a stockinette knit for miles, which sometimes that's all you need. Very sweatshirty style to this. And the modification that I did was I opted to not do ribbing on the sleeve. I just bound off, and it has this kind of bell shape roll cuff on it, and I love it so much. This is so comfortable. All right, so I used a US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter needle. I did the size 2, and the yarn that we're using, I don't even know if I brought it with me. Anyway, it's the Lion brand Cotton Jeans yarn, and it is 100% cotton, and it is like a marled, beautiful denim-y color. And the only trouble that I had with this yarn was I should have alternated skeins. I didn't think that I had to, and I should have, and I will put a picture up of me in it, and you can see a distinctive line right across the middle of the sweater. It's really less noticeable in person, but where it fell, it is what it is. I don't really care, but it was a little frustrating because I didn't think that I'd have to alternate. Thankfully, my sleeves came out okay. Like I did use a separate ball for each sleeve, and it worked out okay. So my first skein was just a little bit lighter than the rest of them, and it is what it is. I'm really, really happy with it. It is super comfortable and not hot because it's a cotton. It is a little weighty, like heavy, but not too bad. And I know that I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of this, probably year round. So yeah, so that is my first finished object and what I am wearing. My next finished object, boy, do I have a pile, you guys, was a work in progress in my last video, and I am in love with this. Oh, here it is. Oh, the sun. Dang it. I'm going to have a hard time showing things today, I guess. Anyway, this is the, let's go this way, Variations shawl. It is by Brian Smith Designs. It is beautiful. So this is, I'm going to put it on. It is gorgeous. Nice and squishy. Okay, there we go. Oh, I love it so much. Isn't it pretty? I had these 3 skeins in my stash for the longest time, and I finally found something I could put them together in. All right, this is done on, I don't know. I don't have my needle size written. I'll try and remember to put it on the screen here. It is done on DK. It is started here, and it has this gorgeous texture. Oh, the texture with a center double decrease going all the way down it. And then half the stitches are put on hold and half are worked on. This is the second color. And you do that section, and then you go back and you pick up stitches and do the third section, which is the blue, and then finish it off with your second color. What a fun knit. So much fun. Each section is a little different on the texture. Very, very engaging, but not hard. And so if you are new and, you know, a beginner and you want to venture into something, very well written pattern and very clear, concise instructions, easy to follow and not a hard pattern. I got like into this project big time. I really, really enjoyed it. So squishy. So the yarns that I used, like I said, they are all DK, and the rust color that I used, I only had a little nugget left. It is from Dirty Water Dye Works, and it is in the Acorn colorway. It's her Lucia DK, which is a 75-25. So that was the rusty color. And this next one that I used was Needles at the Ready. And it is the Achilles DK 75-25 Superwash Merino in the Snowy River colorway. Beautiful. Really nice variegated. I just thought all 3 of them played so well together. And then the final one that I used is, oh, I got a rubber band around it here. Life in the Long Grass, and it is on their DK Twist, and the color is Storyteller. Very nice. 100% superwash merino. Fine superwash merino. So yeah, it was a great knit, and highly recommend, and so squishy. All right, let's see what else we got here. I have a lot. I had a lot of projects on the go, and I just decided to put my foot down and really bang out some. So that is what I did. All right, here is my next finished object. This is called, it's a little shawl. This is called Midnight in Sydney, and it is by Meg Gadsby. Let's see what I have on my notes here. Did I write down needle size? I'm not very good about that sometimes. I do, however, have project pages, and they're all updated for everything I talk about, and I will link that in the show notes down below. Okay, here it is. It's really hard to show because it's just so light and airy, and it's so pretty though. Beautiful. All right, crescent shape. I'm gonna put it on. Oh, I'm in a blue theme here today. Can't really see it too good probably, but oh, actually it kind of goes nicely. Yeah, crescent shape and mostly garter stitch with the lace edging. So the yarn that I used is a fingering weight yarn, which it calls for. And this is Rosehill Yarns in her fingering weight, 75/25, 463 yards in the Starstruck color, which is just amazing. It shows a little bit brighter on the camera. It's a little more navy than that. Dark, so tricky to work on at night. So I really enjoyed this. The lace work on this was pretty intense. This is the first time I've ever done a knit 4 together, and that's part of it. It really required a lot of focus on the lace. I would not recommend this pattern for a beginner for that reason. And to be honest with you, at one point I really I messed up. I had to tink back on the lace, and then I just decided to say enough is enough, and I stopped a few rows short. But it is beautiful. I don't even know if I'm actually showing you the lace good enough, but you get the gist of it. I do have some beautiful photos on my Ravelry page of it. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a gift for a very dear friend. I put it on a hanger because it really wanted to crease, and I did not want that. So anyway, you get the gist of it. That is that. Okay. I had all of these like in process, and it really feels good to have finished them all too. Okay, let's see what's next. I have a big pile here in front of me. Oh, the next one is so exciting to me, and so much fun. Are you ready? It's a pair of socks, and these are my Green Bay Packer socks. Ta-da! All right, I'm going to talk about them. These are for my husband for Christmas. So he is the most giant Packer fan. Sometimes in our life videos at the end, you'll see him in a Packer sweatshirt. The guy lives in that dang sweatshirt. He's a cheesehead through and through. He was born in Wisconsin. So yeah, so anyway, I was watching an episode of The Crazy Sock Lady, and she did a pair of these in fingering weight for her sister-in-law, and was kind enough to put how she did it on her project pages. So I was able to do that and go see. But they are DK weight, and it is top down with a heel flap and gusset. And I just did a little bit of striping here and a little bit of striping here. And there you are. This is 48 stitches on these. Just a heel flap and gusset. I can't really think of too much to say about them. I do not use a pattern for my socks. I just go. I think there's 20 rounds on the cuff, and I think there's 40 rounds on the leg total. And then however many for Mr. Bigfoot's foot. So yeah, I am so happy, and it was hard. My grandkids knew I was doing these, but I had to do them in secret so he didn't see, and sometimes that's hard. So anyway, there they are. All right, let's talk about the yarn. The yarn that I used was Dark Lake Fiber Art. This is Carrie in her DK weight, 75/25, and there's her information. This is the green, and it was the pine. And then this was the gold, which was her mustard colorway. Very nice yarn. I'm always happy with Carrie's. And I had this much left over of each. So I probably could do a pair of shorties opposite or something, but I'm not going to. I will use these scraps up elsewhere, but really, really nice yarn. And I love this pine color. It has a subtle variegation in it. Really, really like it. It was the perfect color combo for these. And he is going to be so thrilled with those. He's going to be shocked that I did those and he didn't see them. Okay, next up, let's see. I can't find my way. I have a notebook that flips up and down and I can't seem to find my way today. Okay. Oh, the next ones up are also the same yarn dyer. I like her yarn very, very much. Her decay is very beautiful. But I did a pair of socks, another pair of socks. I don't have blockers for these, sorry. These are for my granddaughter, Eloise. And so I just do a shorty sock for them. The grandkids like the short ones. Look at this color. It is so fun. I started with 40 stitches on the cuff and I increased right here 1 round to 44 stitches. I just did a knit front and back on either side of my magic loop. I did these on magic loop. Just to give a little bit more leeway in the foot, but she has a tiny little ankle, so I didn't want it to gape. If I cast on with 44, it might have been a little bit too loose on the ankle. So yeah, and then I just knit, away I go, and they're fun the way they color pooled. She's gonna love these. It's a little less pooling on that side. And they, excuse me, they almost match perfectly, don't they? So fun. She's gonna love them. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, this is it. This is the yarn. Again, Dark Lake Fiber Art. Not sponsored. I just happen to have all of this on the needles. And this is her DK weight. Love it. Super fun. Okay, and since we are talking about socks, I hope you're not sick of socks yet. If you are, you can just skip ahead. I have a pair of socks on the needles. I'm going to talk about my whips now. And my first whip is a sock. This, oh my gosh, I do not know if anybody can catch the massive sparkle that is on this, but it is so fun. All right, this is a fingering weight. I'm going to talk a little bit about the yarn first. It is, so I can do this, West Yorkshire Spinners in their signature sparkle. It is one of their Christmas colorways. Here is the information. And it is the Nutcracker colorway. Come on. Well, I had to have it. Okay, this is fingering weight. I hope that you're paying attention. It's not my normal. I always do DK. But, and I forgot to talk about this in my last episode, I am doing it on circular needles. Circular needles. Okay, here's my new and exciting thing for me. This works for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody, but so far, anybody who's tried it has enjoyed it. These are not 9-inch circulars. These are 10-inch. This is them. They are the Addy Easy Knit Rocket. They are a US 1 10-inch. I am so excited to be able to knit on on a small circular socks because I really feel Like, you really can cruise along. And not that it's speed knitting all the time, but on a fingering weight sock, I really feel like it makes a huge difference. So why these are so special is that this needle is quite a bit longer than this needle. So I am a thrower, an English thrower. And so this longer needle in my right hand allows for me to have something to grip onto with my long fingers as well. I am in love with these. I am so happy to be able to knit some fingering weight socks. I can't say enough about them. So many people have asked me about them. The only thing I do want to say, it doesn't affect anything about how my gauge is. It just doesn't affect the sock. But these are actually a 2.5 millimeter, not a 2.25. They are a US one. But Addy is a German company, and they that's their way of sizing. So for me, it doesn't make a difference. I still come out with a great sock. And if it does make a difference, it's not enough to notice. It's just not. It's still the same close enough gauge for me. I don't know what my gauge is. I don't check it. But anyway, so I just wanted to reiterate that I'm so, so happy to have found these. And I am having great success with them. So these will be done in no time. It makes it so much more portable and so much easier to focus. Not that it matters. I'm a magic loop girl. I have been the whole time, and I still enjoy my magic loop. My little socks I did for my granddaughter, I did on magic loop. It didn't take me any time at all. So, but because the fingering weight seems to take me a lot longer, I guess I would say I lose interest in them part way. And so that is why I really like those. So if you haven't tried them, I'll try and link. I got mine off of Amazon, and I'll try and leave a link down below. Okay, next up. Yay, moving right on. Okay, next up is a newer cast on. I don't think I had it on the needles. It's a Ranunculus by Midori Hirose. Beautiful, right? Oh, I love it so much. Love it. So good. All right. I am using a US size 10 for the main body and a 9 for the ribbing, because I really liked the fiber I was getting, the fabric I was getting with this gauge. My gauge is a 16 stitch, and the pattern calls for a 14 stitch. I didn't want it so loose and light and airy. So I am on a US 10 for my main needle and a US 9 for the ribbing. And so when I cast on, I just did a long tail cast on, and it is plenty stretchy. I didn't do it super tight, but I cast on whatever the stitches, 60 stitches, and I just cast them on. I didn't want to do any fiddly cast-ons at all. So that is what I did. And this is a yoke construction with some raglans at the sleeve. Love it. This pattern is so well written. It is like line by line, hold your hand the whole way, and it is so easy to follow. And so this is my third ranunculus that I have made. All right, I'm going to talk about the yarn, I think. Okay, the yarn that I'm using is Frankie Gray Fibers. And this is her new base, their new base. It's the merino linen, extra fine merino linen DK. And it's 80% extra fine merino and 20% linen, 232 yards. So I chose the DK weight. And this is the high tea color. I got 4 skeins. This is it. It's so beautiful. It's a little pinkier on the screen, more of a rose color. Beautiful. This yarn is lovely to work with. Really, really nice. So I have 4 skeins because usually you can do a ranunculus in 4 skeins, but I was a little worried that I might not have enough. So I went back and picked up a sleeve, started on a sleeve just yesterday. And I'm going to do 3/4 length sleeves because I really like that length. And I will do both sleeves, and then I will go back and pop on the rest of the body, and I will be fine yarn wise. But this yarn is beautiful, and I think that it's going to block great. It looks a little small to me, but it's going to block beautifully. So yeah, very, very happy with it. Beautiful yarn, beautiful yarn. Last time I watched the Grocery Girls, Jody had a ranunculus in her red color, which is called On the Vine. And ooh, and it was this yarn. No, I take it back. It was her fingering and mohair held together. It was stunning. And so that might have to happen. We'll see. Maybe down the road. Maybe for Christmas. Oh, maybe for Christmas. I'll have to tell what's his name. All right. Let's see, what's next? Here I am with my flip chart, not knowing which way to go. All right, next up is a relatively new cast on, but I just haven't had a chance to really pick it back up and really get going on it. I will pop a picture on the screen of the pattern so that you know what it is. I currently just went up to a larger, rounder needle, so it's a little wonky. Let's see if I can do this. All right, I am knitting the Anacorte or Anacortes. I'm not sure how you say it. It's going to be hard to show. I'm so sorry. And here it is. It is a top-down raglan in a texture, complete textured sweater, arms, sleeves, and everything. And it is a broken rib pattern. I am knitting the size 3, which is a 40.5-inch bust. I did do a gauge swatch, and I did... Oh, I lost it. I wanted to do that because this is a ribbed sweater, and I knew it was going to be all crunched up, and I wanted to see how it would block out. And this is how it blocked out. Nice. Really, really nice. It relaxes it a lot, but it still has that rib stretch to it. Really, really great. So all of this is going to relax quite nicely into this, which is great. You can, I don't know if I can show you or not, but you see the difference? Yeah. So the sizing will be more appropriate. Gosh, it's all crunched up and it looks like it's for a little tiny kid. So fingers crossed it all works out. I did, like I said, I did do the gauge swatch, and according to my calculations, I'm okay. It's, let's see, broken rib all over the pattern, uncomplicated, but you definitely need to focus. And in particular, you need to focus for the raglan increases because, you know, you got to pay attention to your broken rib. So the yarn that I'm using is beautiful. This is my first time using this. This was the recommended yarn for the short sleeve version in the pattern, and it is the Sueno by Haiku. This is a combination of 80% superwash merino and 20% viscose from bamboo, and it is in the color evergreen. It is really nice. It's like this heathery green, piney green color. Beautiful yarn. I've been so happy. It is a pleasure to knit with this. It just glides off the needles. So hopefully, you know, like I said, it blocked out really nice. Hopefully it doesn't grow too much lengthwise. So we'll see. It's super wash, so it is going to grow some, which is okay. I kind of did a little bit smaller size for that reason. Plus, I don't like a whole lot of positive ease on my garments. They just pack on the pounds on me, on my body. So I think that's really all I had to say about it. I'm looking forward to having it done. It is going to be so pretty when it's done. So yeah. So that is my, what, third? I don't know. Lost count. Okay. I'm flipping the page because I learned how to handle this notebook. All right. My final work, excuse me. My final work in progress is a buddy project, which I'm doing with my friend Sue. And this is for the organization that I usually knit hats for, and it's called Knots of Love. And this is the pattern. So when you buy a pattern, you buy this on their website. When you buy a pattern, 100% of the proceeds from the pattern goes to the Knots of Love, which is so good because sometimes, you know, they have to only get a percentage of it. 100% goes. And these blankets, they do hats for people going through chemo treatment, and then they do the blankets for the babies in the ICU incubators. So that is the pattern. And the idea of this is that they send these blankets home with the mothers, because usually they're separated from the child. The child's in ICU or in NICU. And then the mother brings it back and it's got her scent on it and it comforts the baby. So, all right, here is mine. A little crumpled, sorry. It's a crochet blanket. Let's go this way. There we go. Crochet blanket, and it's a 24 wide by 30 inches long. And I am following the pattern exactly. And I think I had to use a different size hook. I am using a USH 8 5 millimeter. Yep. And there's my Susan Bates Ergo grip. And the yarn that I'm using is, they have a recommended list. I've talked about this before. I will leave a link to Knots of Love down below. They are fantastic. And I think the last time I talked about them, I had done some hats and sent them off. And the founder of Knots of Love actually calls and thanks you for your contributions. It's crazy good. I don't know how she has the time to do it all. Anyway, the yarn is Heartland, which is 100% acrylic, and it's a worsted weight. And I have 3 different colors. I have Wolf Trap, Capital Reef, and then this one is White Sands. Really very economical yarn, very soft, very nice to work with, makes great hats, and then it makes it 100% washable for the parents too. So what a lovely thing to be doing. Easy 1 row repeat. Once you get going, it's got a little bit of cuteness, different stitches on the bottom. So it's single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet are what you need to know. Very beginner friendly, very easy. So yeah, I usually do hats, and I probably will do some of those, but I thought it would be fun to do. I was looking for something different, and crochet always fills that gap for me. So, whew. Wow, that is all my stuff, and I'm going to move on to the Get Gifting patterns. Okay, I have 4 patterns to share with you today, and the first one, I'm going to pop some pictures up on the screen so you can see them. is the Cowl Kerchief by Sarah Taylor. This is an Aran weight on a 16 stitch gauge on a US 6. Says it uses 150 to 160 yards and it's a one size little cowl. This looks so easy and super cute. I did go and check out some of the other project pages, and people have made lots of these for gifts. So I just think that was a nice option. And because it uses so little yarn, 150 to 160 yards, I mean, that's a one skein of worsted will get you there usually. So I just think this is the cutest with the edging the way it is, and it looks relatively simple. Although I could not find on the pattern page whether it is knit flat and seamed or done in the round. You have to purchase the pattern to figure that out. So I am not sure on that. However, either way, it would be super easy and super quick, very beginner friendly as well. So that is the first recommendation. And then the next one is the Candy Stripe Cowl by Pearl Soho. It is done on a US 6 4mm in sport weight yarn. They have a yarn, I think it's called Novella, and it's a self-striping. You need 2 colors of self-striping sport to do it in a stripy version, or you could do it in all one color. You need 284 yards, which is less than a skein or around a skein for sport weight. It's a 22 stitch gauge. It is knit flat and seamed up. How cute is this? These are my jam. These quickie, wonderful, easy peasy, doesn't take any time at all, and beginner friendly as well. So it's just knit back and forth, super easy. So that is the second idea. And my third one, I'm doing a pair of these. I know I am. These are the Coffee Bean Socks by Callie Reedy. It is a free pattern. They are done on a US 4 3.5mm needle, and they are a worsted weight. So these are a cozy by the fire, indoor sock. No, not necessarily something you would wear in your shoes is what I'm trying to spit out. So these were done with Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, which is, like I said, a worsted weight. They are top down with the heel flap and gusset. And man, I just love the patterning and the look, and the color in the pattern pictures is very, very appealing. Obviously, they're the coffee bean socks. They wanted something in that vibe. I would like to do these in DK held with mohair, which would create a worsted. Super cozy. So we'll see. It's on my list, literally. So if you haven't knit a lot of socks, this is a nice way to get more experience because it's done on a worsted weight yarn. So yeah. So there you go. And my final recommendation is washcloths. We don't do enough of these, but they are fantastic. So this is Grandma's favorite. She calls it a dishcloth by Kristen Maggers. I will put it on the screen. It's basically done on a US 7 in a cotton yarn, which they use the sugar and cream usually, but any worsted weight cotton would work. Or if you don't have worsted, do it in a different weight, maybe cast on a few more stitches. Very simple pattern, but if you take and you do in 3 coordinating colors and put a ribbon around them, it makes a wonderful gift. And they are really very, very good to have. So all right, that is all for my gift giving patterns as of right now. I do have a link to a Ravelry bundle where all of the patterns I've talked about all year long are, in case you want to check that out. All right, and I just had one other quick little acquisition that I wanted to talk about. I always watch Needles at the Ready. Kevin and Ray are I just love them. And you can always depend on their podcast to strike up some ideas or hit your fancy somehow. So I saw this vendor on their podcast, and they are called Twinkle Dimple. Absolutely adorable. And yeah, little stitch markers. Here, little. They actually had a coupon code over there, and I used it. I just really thought they were so sweet. Blue is my jam, and sparkle. Who doesn't love sparkle? So I just snagged those. Just wanted to give a little shout out, and thank you to Kevin and Ray for hitting my wallet one more time. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. But wait, I wanted to say that the last couple of months have been such a up and down emotional roller coaster. My mama has had some medical troubles, and we've gotten her through that and past that. And so she recently celebrated her 90th birthday, which is phenomenal. And she's still holding her own, still doing well. She did take a little fall on her birthday, so we were in the ER, which was a bummer, but she did not stay. They just checked her out, and she was fine. She basically just slid out of her wheelchair and kind of had a little bump on her head, but she was perfectly fine. No bad outcomes from that, and we were also thankful that she was okay. But she did turn 90. I thought, wow, what a way to celebrate your birthday, Mom. But she's doing well. Other than that, life is just going on, moving along quickly and busy, and grandkids, and soccer has started. So we're at soccer games and trying to get some winter things done around here because it can snow any day. Bite my tongue on that one. But we like to be ahead of the game. We don't like to be out there when it's snowing trying to, get our lawnmower put away. And, I've been cleaning up the garden. And, yeah. Other than that, not much else going on. I hope that everybody is well. I thank you so much for taking the time to join me, and leave me a comment and let me know what you're working on, as I love that. I forgot to mention that I did just return from a fabulous knitting retreat. It's this is my third year attending, and a little shout out to Jan, who heads the whole retreat. I know what it's like to put one of those together. It's a lot of work, and she did a beautiful job. And I will have further information for that if you are in the New England area, or if you're not. We have a couple of girls who come out from the Midwest and from all over, and it's just basically a nice, quiet weekend of just knitting. No itineraries, no running here, no classes, none of that, and that is really why it appealed to me. So we really enjoyed ourselves. I don't have any video footage because I just hung out. So I was really happy to be there. So I will have further information on that as it comes up. But if you would like to save the date, it will be September 20th through the 24th. It is held in Kennebunk, Maine. And, I will keep you posted as it comes along. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy everything. Take care. Bye.